if you've been watching my channel for any length of time at all, you'll know that I had a catastrophe happen with my SIG P211. What happened? Well, real quickly, inside this gun is a plastic recoil plug. This is my backup, or this is the spare that SIG was kind enough to send me after a little bit of runaround. Not too bad. I had a manager call me. My first plug that came in the gun from the factory broke. And what happened was right here, this little wing is what holds, let's see if I can get it to where you can see it there. This wing right here is what holds the plug in the slide. The slide gets hot right there. This is basically the hottest part of the gun. And that wing broke off, and the rest of this component shoved through the front of the gun, of the front of the slide, was pinned between the spring and the comp, sticking through the front of my slide with the slide locked back. I brought the gun home, and as I fought with it to try and get the gun apart, I finally got the slide to break free. It slid forward and shattered the remainder of that plug. And you've probably seen it. You may have seen a picture that went around of me holding the remains of that piece of plastic in my hands. Enter Aquila Arsenal. These guys, they have finally fixed this, because this piece, even though I've got about 2,500 rounds through this one, and it seems to be holding up just fine, I admit, it's made me nervous from that day to this. Every time I'm out on the range, I wonder if it's going to be the last time that I fire the gun with that plug in it, because I just keep waiting for it to happen to me again. Not anymore. I'm going to show you what Aquila Arsenal came up with. Let's get into it. Shooter, make ready. Are you ready? Stand by. This is a prototype of the new metal plug that Aquila Arsenal has made for the SIG P211. You can see it is a milled part. It is not MIM. This is going to be a fantastic replacement. I've now have about 500 rounds through the gun with this plug in it. There's not a mark on my gun. You would never know that I had a non-factory component in there. There's no additional wear marks or anything. This particular plug, like I say, is one of their prototypes. This was made out of 4140 steel. The production model is going to be made out of stainless steel, and those will go on sale tomorrow. So Aquila Arsenal was kind enough to reach out to me. They commented on one of my videos that they could make these parts, and so they started kicking them out. Now, Aquila Arsenal's they're a custom shop. They do custom, usually 2011 builds and component replacements and perfection, basically. But they do incredible work on 2011s. I haven't had one of their guns, but I've seen a bunch of them out there, and they do beautiful work. So they might be getting a gun from me here in a little while to do some things to it for me. That's their core business, is doing custom work and mill work and slide work on guns. So they don't have like a Shopify or any kind of place where they sell little components like this or sell products. They're just a service shop. So they're going to post a link up on eBay so that anybody can get access to it and get a hold of one of these things right away. So I'm going to put that link in the description below, and also I'll pin it in the comments so you can find that real easy. You might also look up Aquila Arsenal on Instagram, on Facebook. They're out there, and they do, like I say, they do incredible work. This has given me the confidence to do something I've been wanting to do with my P211 for a while, which is I've wanted to tune the springs. I've got the Atlas spring tuning kit, which comes with, I think it starts at 7 pounds, goes up to 11 pounds. So a good variety of spring choices there so that you can tune the gun to your ammo, to your feel, and to your preference. I hadn't wanted to do that. I've been shooting the 8-pound spring that came with the P211, and I didn't want to do something outside of the norm. I didn't even really want to use the 10-pound spring in it, because I just didn't want to cause this part to fail, because I want to be able to keep my gun running, and I use it in competition, so I really want this thing to run. Well, yesterday I got out on the range with that with that tuning kit, and I was able to fire this a little bit. So I'll show you what I came up with and what I've decided to go with as my tuning moving forward. I'm shooting S&B 115s in this. That's ammo that I can get a hold of. It's readily available for me. I've got a good spot. Shout out to the Gun Corner in Gilbert, Arizona. Actually, I think they're technically in Queen Creek. They're right on that line, but the Gun Corner in Arizona, Google them. They're awesome. Good guys. So that's where I get most of my ammo. I get it. They've got a good price on it there. So I'm able to buy that in bulk, and it keeps me running and running pretty cheap. So I've tuned the gun for that ammo. I'm excited to show you how that tuning went. Let's go out on the range, have a look. All right. Thanks to Aquila Arsenal, I have the metal recoil plug in my SIG P211. So this one probably isn't going to shatter. But what that's given me the ability to do is now I feel comfortable and confident enough to try a few different recoil springs in here and know that I'm probably not going to shatter the thing. So currently this is the 10-pound spring. I was able to find mine. So I've been running the 8. I'm stepping it up to the 10. I want to see what the recoil impulse is like. And then I have like a tuning kit from Atlas with a bunch of different recoil springs in it. So I'm going to play around a little bit and see if I can find the best feel for the ammo that I'm shooting. Right now I'm shooting S&B 115s. Let's just see how it feels. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I like the way that plate rings. Still going. You know you hit something.
Yep.
Okay, that felt really good. It felt a little quicker, honestly. Noticeably quicker. Maybe a little bit quicker on the trigger there in the middle. I felt like I was never outrunning the gun. I'm hesitant now to jump around too much with springs because that one felt so good. But I kind of said I would at the beginning of this, so I'll go try something else and then we'll look at the difference and compare.
What are the other recoil spring weights?
So this is 10.
Yeah.
The other one has 8 that comes with this
So those
gun.
are the 2 that come with it?
Yep.
Okay.
And in the Atlas kit, there's 7, 8, 9, 10, and I think there's an 11. So, yeah. I'll look at them.
So either the 9 or 11 would be...
Kind of cool, yeah. So I think I'm going to go to the 9. We'll go kind of between what I've been using. Give that a shot. Be right back.
Did you just say 6, 7?
I don't think I said 6. No. Back here at the range, I've got the 9-pound Atlas spring in here, again with that Aquila Arsenal metal plug, so I'm comfortable messing around with this a little bit and not worried about shattering a reverse plug. So, all right, we're going to see how 9 pounds feels here. I just shot the 10. I feel like I liked the 10 a little bit better. It's been a minute since I shot it, so it's tough to tell. I'll have to look at the footage. But I felt like the dot was dancing around just a little bit more on this. It was not dancing side to side, just a little bit more pop. I've got the Atlas 11-pound spring in here. I want to see what that feels like, so here we go. Not bad.
So what do you think between that and the 10?
This and the 10 are close. I'm going to shoot them back to back. You want to shoot it? You want to compare the two springs?
All right, so we have Danny. This one's yours. That we're running the 11-pound trigger.
That's the 11-pound Atlas spring,
okay,
with the metal plug, so that we're not worried about breaking.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is our buddy Todd's.
Yep, and this is the
P211 Combat.
Yep, and they got the same flashlight on them, different colors.
Same.
This one has the 10-pound factory SIG spring.
Okay.
So
we're gonna
10
do,
pounds, 11 pounds.
All right, so we're going to do 10 rounds each, and we're going to see
There's
which
a
one
preference.
we like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how it goes.
All right, let's do it. All right, so I don't know if that was 10.
That was 7.
Okay. The one in here?
No.
I can't tell.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Maybe that's a good thing. All right, here we go.
Oh, what do you think?
I don't know. This one didn't dance. It's a nice. And guys, just for the people that are going to comment, they even have the same optic on them, just different colors.
Yeah, they do.
We're twins, man.
That's it. That's right.
Twinsies!
Brothers from a different mother. Okay. But yeah, they run really similar. I think
Yeah.
it'd be longevity of just seeing what it is. And honestly, it's one of those things where if the factory spring feels as good as the aftermarket one, run the factory 10-pound spring. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Right?
And then, depending if you start to do different loads,
Yeah, then you can play
the
with it a little
difference
bit.
could actually start to
But
become more.
And we were shooting 115s out of both of these. They shot the same ammo. So, yeah, I mean, I think the 10-pound spring is fine. I'll probably go back to the factory on that. But
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I have a plug that I don't have to worry about it
Yeah.
vaporizing on me.
No kidding, man.
Good to go.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you out on the range.